I think if I were to... Well, I could armor break, switch to my fire sword and armor break, and I could probably do like 30k with a swing. But he's going to bad breath, and I have to keep the armor on, or just hope I get lucky. Okay, I have no idea how this fight works. So now it says that this has no nulls. But the other eyeballs don't show any nulls. But there's nulls floating around. So, like, where are these nulls at? Is this a bug? I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? I feel like if I hit one of these other eyeballs, it's just going to explode. Is it because I'm hitting it with fire damage when he doesn't have a fire null left? So I'm dealing damage to it and then it explodes? I don't know how this fight works. I have no idea. It looks like the nulls are spinning around different eyeballs. Because they have like a different... Looks like there's a different middle that they're spinning around. But the sensor thing doesn't tell me. So I don't know what to do. Maybe I can, like, scan the eyeballs? Waka! Actually, bring an Orin first so no one else gets... Well, they probably still will, but... Bring in Waka. And Yuna's dead. Maybe, but I don't know what to dispel. I can see the nulls. I know what element to use. I just don't know what I'm supposed to be targeting.
Take that.
Okay. Preemptive strike is nice.
Well then, what next?
Yo, Gert, thank you for the Prime, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Whoa, lag. Let's give Lulu haste. Bring in Yuna. Throw a little dispel. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. It is always super mega helpful when people come over from YouTube and support. Like, I can't even describe how helpful that is. It really is like the reason I can continue doing what I do. So thank you very much. Even if it's just coming over and saying hey, or dropping a prime or whatever, it's really, really helpful. Nice. Ouch. I think no, I can't do that. I could do this. Kamari actually has fire as well, but could do that and then throw a Fire Aga. And then bring in Wacko and do a little dark attack. And then bring in Orin and do a little bit of Orin. And then bring in Yuna and do a little bit of Null Shock. Ouch. It's fine. Survived. Can Titus do any damage here, or kinda? You know, with all the enemies that I can get MP from, maybe I should just start slinging some armor breaks with Waka. I just kind of want to save the MP for triple fouls, because triple fouls are even better. Dude's doing the Final Fantasy X Mambo number 5. How much health you got left? Okay. So I think it wasn't really necessary there. It worked out.
See ya.
Need to get... Well, actually, he's doing alright. Wow. Okay, please don't. Please figure this out. Or do I just bring in people that I don't care about their MP? Unfortunately, I care about everyone's MP, except Riku's. Thank you, Gert, so much for the 500 bits, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's got to be like each eyeball has... It's got to be each... I don't know what it is. I was like, okay. Maybe the way it works is each eyeball has one of each null. But I'm looking at it, and there's like 5 waters, 3 fires, 5 or 2, 4 ices. I don't even know. Wait. Didn't we just learn that if an enemy has 2 nulls of different elements and you have both of those elements, you do damage through it? Is that why this is going awry? But how am I supposed to get rid of like 16 nulls if I can't use multi-elements? Lulu can't cast 16 spells in 3 turns. And this dude is fast. Really fast. He has haste even. Maybe I tried Dispel. If anything, Dispel could at least get rid of the haste. I can't tell the difference between fire and lightning. Does he have any lightning resistance? Or are those 3 fires? I think it's just 3 fires. It says he has Null Shock, though. Is that one in the front shock and the other 2 are fire? See what happens if I Dispel. Okay. So I see 1 fire still going around, but which eyeball is it on? This one? I think it's on this one. Okay. I'm starting to solve the puzzle. But how am I supposed to do 4 waters in 2 turns? Look at how fast he is. Also, I can't even tell which eyeball these waters are on. It's just floating all the way around him. I don't know. These 2 just look like they're in the middle. Don't they both look like they're going around the middle eye? I have no idea. I'm just gonna cast Haste on Yuna and cast Dispel and hope for the best. We're dead. How is there still another one? Oh, I didn't dispel bottom left. I hit bottom left with a fire. So the bottom left had fire water. I'm so clueless on that. I genuinely have no idea. I don't understand how you're supposed to know which ones are on which eyeball. I don't know if I can use multi-element weapons. I don't know. I have no clue. The only way I know how to even potentially do that fight is to immediately haste Yuna and cast Dispel 5 times, which is like a ton of MP and like not worth it. No, they all have stuff. They all have nulls. I had to dispel all 5 of them. I'm just gonna have to spam overdrives and hope for the best at this point. That can't be the solution. The solution can't be haste Yuna and use Dispel 5 times. Especially since I don't even get time to do that. Excellent. The solution isn't fail and take damage. And by damage, it's your entire MP bar and then the rest of the dungeon's impossible. That sucks. Dang it. I was hoping that was enough to kill him. And we're done. I mean, obviously, you're supposed to use different elemental weapons to take out all the nulls. But I just can't tell which eyeball the nulls are on. Because they all just float around. And I have like triple null weapons, but those are too much null. And they break through and deal damage. Just need to figure out how these are distributed. Seems like all 5 eyes have null tied. And then 3 of them have null fire. 3 of them have null water. And 4 of them have null thunder. But how do I know which have which? I guess one thing I could do is I could count like what gets taken off when I dispel each one and then write it down. I want to see, I really don't think this is going to work, but what happens if I scan one of the eyes? Nothing. I can't like see it now, right? Okay, well we do know that the middle one has all 4. So there's 3 fire, 4 electric, 3 fire, 3 water, 4 electric. No. Which is ice and which is water? Those are water. So yeah, 3 fire, 3 water, 4 electric, 5 ice. If I dispel that, there's now 3 fire, 2 water, 4 electric, 4 ice. So that one was ice, water. Top left was ice, water. Okay. Now we have 2 water, 3 fire, 4 electric, 4 ice. 3 fire. Let's say it this way. 2 water, 3 fire, 4 the others. 2 water, 3 fire. Now we have 1 water, 3 fire, 3 ice, 3 electric. So that was everything but fire. That was water, ice, lightning. Now we have 1 water and 3 of the others. So that was everything but water. I'm just going to go ahead and lose this on purpose so I can get the info. Now this is 1 water, 2 of the others. That was also everything but water. I wonder if the top also had lightning. Because then that would make more sense. Okay, we might... Can you change in time? We might be able to win this. If I have somebody with water strike, which I don't think I do, but I could bring in Lulu.
Allow me.
We win. Okay, so according to my notes, top left is ice water, bottom left is ice water lightning, and then top right and bottom right are ice fire lightning. That doesn't make a lot of sense. It would make a lot more sense if it was the left side are both ice water lightning and the right side are both ice fire lightning. But I either miscounted or it's just weird. Or it could be random every time, in which case I'm a freaking delete the mod. Because that's pretty awful. I don't love getting this fight first. I forgot to switch Titus's weapon. Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one thing that I've noticed making my mod as well, even though I've only just started, is like you have to think about people playing it for the first time. But there's a good chance that I'm just not getting the puzzle. Could be a me thing. I think the floating orbs take a pattern that matches the location of the eyes when the orbs are in front of the enemy. Alright, I'll pay attention to that next time. I think I get what you're saying, like, they all zoom around, but then when they come to the front, they're like in front of the eye that they're attached to. That definitely makes sense. I just didn't think of it that way. I was trying to, like, I was looking at them, like, orbiting and trying to discern where the middle of their orbit was. Which, for some reason, the bottom left seemed to, like, I could see it with that one, but then the rest of them I couldn't. They all looked the same to me. I should do this with Kamari instead of Yuna, since he can get his MP back. But then again, Yuna's immune to fire. Does Kamari ever reflect? I don't think he does. Oh wow, they didn't die? Oh, they have like 2 HP. If I do... Well, that should be fine, actually. Never mind, it's not fine. Kamari's dead. Oh, I got lucky.
It's over.
How's it going, Jork? Is this mod hard? Well, it took me 134 hours to get here, so... And I've played through this game as a kid. I did a platinum run as an adult. I did an NSG challenge as an adult. And I did an NSG and SNO challenge as an adult before playing this. And it took me 130 hours to get here. So it's a little hard, I would say. I'd rank it up there. I don't think... I think players could play it better than I have, and I've also played it in a bit of a different way. I was really insanely restrictive with what I let myself use. I think if I had blown more items earlier, the entire thing would have been easier. So part of it's play style as well, but you know, it's hard. It's one of the hardest mods I've ever played in any game. And that's saying a lot. Yeah, it's like as hard as Demon Souls. For sure. Maybe even as hard as Demon Souls. Okay, let me see what you're trying to say. So, you're saying there was a visible pattern when comparing fire orbs to water orbs. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Like, if you just look at the fire orbs on their own, there's a gap in the top left. So you know that the top left eye doesn't have fire. It's kind of hard to tell with the water orbs, though, because there's only 2 of them. Is that middle right, or is that bottom left middle? Also, yeah, it does seem like these are random, because there was not 2 waters before. So, bit of an oof on that. But I do see what you're saying with the pattern. I think it's middle, bottom, left for the waters. So especially since the middle always has all 4. I mean, what else do I do other than just dispel them all, though? Because, like, it's hard to even... I mean, it looks like bottom left has at least 3. So if I use water...
So, how shall we do this?
Then bring in Waka, we can solve that one, and then I can just do this. Okay, so it was middle, top right. This just takes so much MP. Okay, so we got fire, lightning, ice. So I could do it with Titus and save some MP. I mean, we get some overdrive, and we don't take any damage, but we lose a lot of MP on an important person. So I would prefer not to get that fight too often. But honestly, could be worse. Could be the frickin' elemental fight. Or the Malboro. Now this fight, I do not mind. I don't really need MP. I think I'm just going to fight it normally.
So, how shall we do this?
I was kind of hoping Yuna would get a turn. She didn't get a turn. This might be a bit of a... This might be a bit sketchy. I guess that's fine. The very first person to stream the mod actually didn't realize this and piece together the knolls from their relative positions like you just did and was like, what a cool visual puzzle. And after that I decided this is neat and made the outer eyes immune to sensor. I kind of like it both ways. I thought that just having them be censorable and just having enough elemental weapons and stuff to get through all the knolls would be fun. But yeah, I think that makes for an even more interesting puzzle. I mean, Dispel kind of ruins it. I think if Dispel wasn't a thing, and you just had to have enough weapons to like be able to bring people in and switch to their elemental weapons and take out each null, then I think they should all be censorable. But the fact that Dispel is a thing, I think makes more sense to have them be uncensorable and have to solve the puzzle. Is there a way to make them like immune to Dispel? Is that a thing? Because like how cool would that be? That's true. Yeah, that's true. You just don't, I mean, you don't have a lot of time to get people in because he's so fast. There's no way they... I think I might have to just stop being cute with this fight and just cast Reflect. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it would be. Yeah, what makes it hard is that you can't just equip multi-element things, because if one element gets through, you die, or, you know, fail it, so. Yeah, what a cool puzzle, honestly. Because you're right, like, it's either spend a bunch of really important Yuna MP spamming Dispel, or try to weave in different weapons with different elements. If only Kamari had Dispel, I could just spam Dispel with Kamari and then get his MP back in this fight.
So, how shall we do this?
These guys using Fire Aga more often makes the Reflect strat a lot more consistent than the ones in Sin. X potion times 4. Not exactly the game-breaking items we're looking for. But at least it's something. Now X potion times 5, that would be huge. How do they all use water? What the heck? All that juicy MP. Okay, what's going on? Are they cheating? Whoa, Oren. Calm down. What was that? Actually, you can just attack. You have a fire weapon. I think what I wasn't realizing about this fight, I was kind of playing it as if it were the Sin enemy. But their version doesn't give you sleep. The other ones gave you sleep, so you had to be like perfectly set up and ready when it happened, because then you lost control of everybody. But these ones don't give you sleep, so you can just take the people out that got poisoned. Then you don't get slowly killed by the poison. So all I really have to do is just cast Reflect on the lowest HP character, and then I can do whatever I want. And I can get a bunch of MP back too. Let's just hope Yuna can make it to the end of the dungeon. Booyah.
Ow!
Booyah. Ow. That one gives sleep, but they don't always use that one. Progress. Progress is being made. We're almost to the save point. Oh, God. Actually, we're not even close to the save point. This dungeon is mega long. We have a lot of overdrives. I feel like I should use one. I feel like I should bring in Kamari. Kick this guy. Take a hit to the face. Blind this guy. Call it a day. Bring in Orin so we can get his overdrive. They just had a dance. So, quick question. Quick question for the boys at home. Why does Kamari have 2,000 HP? Like, I know I took him down Yuna's section. But, like, what happened? Why is he so weak? And his stats are pretty good. Not great, but he's middle of the pack. His HP is just atrocious. And he's kind of useless because of it. Hornless stats. I think so. Like, he went down Yuna's path, so I expected him to have less HP. But he started with HP that was pretty equivalent to everyone else. And Yuna has 3,000 HP. But I know he's only like halfway down her path, so. Okay, there's a chest up here. I'm kind of worried to go get. Okay. Nice, Roxas. Glad you're enjoying the remake playthrough. I was thinking about playing it again, but I need a little more challenge. Could you suggest a mod sequence that would be a little more challenging each time? I don't actually know of too many Final Fantasy X mods. This is actually the first Final Fantasy X mod I've played. But what I would suggest is doing an NSG challenge, because NSG is pretty fun. Or, if that's too much, you could do like another challenge run of some sort, whatever you think would be fun. No customization, no overdrives, no Aeons. There's an all enemies have auto haste mod. That sounds like a pretty decent challenge, yeah. Because then you can't just haste over everything. Wouldn't that be like mega tough at the start though? Sounds like that'd be really hard at the start. Like, I'm thinking about the fights with Titus and Waka versus like the fish. I feel like you just get eaten alive. What do we want to do here? Can Waka do anything exciting? Probably not. And Lulu can't kill any of them. Titus could entrust Kamari. Yeah, I really do recommend, like, I don't usually recommend people do, like, big letter challenges in, like, Final Fantasy VII as, like, their first challenge run. I usually recommend stuff like New Threat and stuff instead. But when it comes to Final Fantasy X, the letter challenges really are a lot of fun because you just get so many tools in this game. You get so many tools that whenever you take away something, you can just really delve into the other things. For example, NSG. NSG sounds really hard. You don't get any stats the entire game. It's basically a level 1 challenge. However, you get to do cool stuff like abuse Riku's overdrive to do crazy mixes and get auto 9s every battle. You get to blitzball to get dark matters and throw dark matters and one-shot bosses. You get to use Aeons at smart times to stop enemies' strong attacks. Like, there's all sorts of cool tools you get to implement and utilize because you have like 300 HP the whole game. And then, you know, you try, okay, let's do NSG, NA. No Sphere Grid, no Aeons. Then, you know, you have to lean on the overdrives more and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty fun to just, whatever, what I would do is, like, whatever you used the most on your first playthrough, take that out. So if you used overdrives a lot, do a no overdrives challenge. If you used Aeons a lot, do a no Aeons challenge. If you don't feel like there was one specific tool that you used a lot, then maybe do NSG. I don't know what I want to do. I'll just darkness. Darkness. Ace Titus. Cook. Maybe I should just put the big guy to sleep. But I think we'll be fine. Titus is going to kill this guy so fast. And then I think Gore can get through darkness. Yeah, so that's annoying. My goal was to not use any Yuna MP, and I failed that goal pretty spectacularly.
Allow me.
This guy shouldn't be that much of a problem, but he says so much HP. It's hard to get rid of him before you just gore somebody. What I really should be doing is I should be just either putting him to sleep or armor breaking him with Waka, because Waka can get his MP back. So it's really not that big of a deal to use Waka's MP. I just don't want to use Yuna's MP. Anyone else should be fair game. How does he get 2 turns? What do you mean he gets 2 turns? Now you get one turn. I wonder why darkness doesn't seem to affect Gore, but evade and counter does. Maybe Gore just has like a crazy amount of accuracy. It's not like an auto hit, but it just has a crazy amount of accuracy. Orin, how do you not have your overdrive yet?
Farewell.
You've been so close for so long. Did I set you to the wrong thing? No. How in the world? Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna set you to warrior, since that's mostly what you're doing. And you know, maybe I'll set Titus to warrior too. Alright, we're almost there. Give me something good. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Hate it. Just kidding. It is really good, but just not at the moment. I wanted something I could use right now to get to the save point. Okay, we got a preemptive. God, this fight sucks. I wonder if Titus could throw down a shockwave and kill the imp. Maybe Waka overdrives the play here. But he does like no damage. Maybe an Ultima? Maybe an Ultima Fury? I'd love to mix like a fire thing. But I'm afraid it's not going to hit the imp. It's going to hit like everything but the imp. I feel like Ultima's not going to do a lot of damage. Let's try it. I'm going to get 3. This guy takes like less magic damage too. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, it's a disaster. And they're all going to counter. Oh my god. It's a disaster out here. I think this guy's killable now, though, especially with a Waka overdrive.
I'm pulling out all the stops.
Nice. Is this even going to do 9s? Not bad, though, actually. Okay. I'm afraid of this guy doing something mean. But I don't know if Orin one-shots him. Titus has got to one-shot him. He has an electric water weapon. Gotta be a one-shot. Okay. No, he missed because of darkness. It's fine. Orin wins.
Enough.
Okay. That didn't go so bad. We used no MP. We do have to heal, though. I'm probably being a little too safe. Yuna still has half her MP, more than half her MP, and I'm almost at the save point, so I need to start just using everything now. We're almost there.